Hello friends, today we are going to learn how to retarget Mixamo animations to Unreal Engine 5 Mannequin skeleton. First of all, let's create a new project based on the third-person template and let's name it Mixamo Tutor and hit the create button. Alright, so our project has been created and let's open the content drawer, and under the content folder let's create a new folder and name it Mixamo. In this folder we are going to store our Mixamo content. And now let's navigate to the Mixamo website. I will place a link in the description below this video. Please note we must be logged in to be able to download content. And first of all, let's download the character named XBot from the website. If you can't see it right away, just navigate to the characters tab at the top and search for XBot. And here we see it, and let's click the download button. Let's make sure that the T-pose is selected. And let's save it on our hard drive. And now let's navigate to the Animations tab and look for an animation to download for retargeting. I'm going to download animation named Capoeira. You can actually download as many animations as you want, but today in this tutorial we are going to use only this one. So I download it to the same folder, and make sure that you select the option without skin. Alright? Press the download button and let's save it to the same folder. Now let's get back to our Unreal editor. But first, let's open the folder where we have downloaded the Mixamo content too. And first of all, let's get this XBot FBX and drag it to our content drawer inside our Unreal editor. Make sure that the skeletal mesh option is selected, import mesh is selected as well, and skeleton is set to none. Also, under the advanced section, make sure that you check the use T0 as ref pose, and also make sure that import animations is not selected, and then just press import button. Great. We ignore the warning and we save all. Under the Mixamo folder, let's create a new folder and name it Materials. And we just drag these materials from the Mixamo parent folder to this Materials child folder. We just drag and drop it and select Move here, just to have this folder clean. And also, let's create one more folder under the Mixamo and name it Animations. And we import the Capoeira FBX to this folder. This time, under the skeleton option, we select the XBot skeleton that we have just imported. Right, and here it is. And this is the animation that we are going to retarget to the UE5 skeleton after we create the IK Rig for the Mixamo skeleton and IK Retargeter from the Mixamo to the UE5 skeleton. Alright, let's save all. And let's now create one more new folder under the Mixamo folder and name it Rigs. And inside this folder, let's right click, select animation, and in the pop-up menu we select IK Rig, and we create an IK Rig. The editor prompts us to select skeleton, and we select our XBot skeletal mesh. And let's name this new IK Rig Mixamo IK Rig. Let's save it and let's open it. And here we are going to create new retarget chains. Just to show you how it is working, let's navigate to our characters, mannequins, rigs, and here we have an IK rig for our mannequin for UE5 skeleton. And if we open it, we see that it already has bone chains, each with its own name, and we are going to create something very similar for our Mixamo IK Rig. Alright. First of all, here at the left, let's right click the hips bone and select Set Retarget Route. It is going to be the route when we retarget animation. Now, let's hold Shift and select our spine bones. Spine 0, spine 1, spine 2. And let's right click and select New Retarget Chain from selected bones. And let's leave the chain name as it is now, the spine, and click OK. And we do not add any goal. And you see here at the right, in IK Retargeting, we have our first chain named spine, and its starting bone is spine and ending bone is spine 2. Next, let's select our neck and head, and we right click again, and we create a new retarget chain, and we leave its name as is. Once again, it is head, no goal. Right. Next, let's select the right shoulder bone, right click, new retarget chain from selected bones, and now let's change the name to the right clavicle. And we have a new chain for this right clavicle. And let's do the same for the left shoulder as well. Select the left shoulder bone, right click, new chain, and name it left clavicle. Now let's go a little bit up again and select a chain starting at right arm and ending at right hand. So we select these three bones, right click, new chain, and we name it right arm, so we just leave this name as it is. And the same for the left arm. We select the left arm as the starting bone and the left hand as the ending bone. New retarget chain, and we leave the chain name as it is, left arm, and press OK. Now let's create chains for our fingers. So let's select as a starting bone the right hand thumb 1, and as the ending bone right hand thumb 4. New retarget chain, and we give it a name right thumb, and press OK. Now for the index, select right hand index 1, and as the ending bone right hand index 4. New chain, and we name it right index. Right, and one more time for the right middle. And once again for the right hand ring, we select all the 4 bones, right click, new chain, and we name it right ring and hit OK. Right, and for the right hand pinky, once again we add a new chain and name it right pinky. And let's do the same for the left hand. So we select the thumb, all the 4 bones, new chain, left thumb, and the index, new chain, left index. And for the middle finger, new chain, left middle. The ring finger, all the 4 bones, and new retarget chain, and we type here left ring. And finally our left pinky. And now let's set the chains for our legs. So for the right leg we select all the bones starting at the right up leg and ending with the right toe end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bones, and we right click and we create a new retarget chain and we name it right leg. We leave the name as it is. And we do the same for the left leg. We are starting at left up leg and ending at left toe end. New chain, and we leave the name left leg as it is. Oh, and I have forgot, let's also select hips and create a new chain named root. Do you remember? Our hips are our root in this retargeting. Great. And that's it with our IK Rig. Let's save it. And we may now close this window, and in our content drawer we navigate to Mixamo Rigs and we right click and select animation IK Rig, and we select IK Retargeter to create a new retargeter. And as a base IK Rig we pick up the Mixamo IK Rig that we have just created. Let's name it Mixamo UE5 IK Retargeter. Right. Let's open it. And we see our Mixamo figure here. And as a target IK Rig asset, let's select this IK Mannequin as it is the IK Rig for the UE5 skeleton. And as a preview mesh, let's select SKM Queen. Great. Let's increase the target mesh asset so it stays a little bit away. Fine. Now at the chain mapping tab, you see it has already auto-mapped, but just in case we may hit this auto-map chains button to make sure. And what should we do now is we should find all the chains containing twist, metacarpal and IK and set them all to none. Great. Now let's select the root, and in the Details tab let's set the translation mode to be globally scaled. And let's save everything. Let's now hit this Character tab, and under the bones let's select all hierarchy. So it displays all the bones now, but let's reduce its thickness to make it clearly visible. Alright, and now let's select the edit mode. Now we should adjust the target pose to correspond the source pose of our Mixamo skeletal mesh. So let's enter the edit mode and select the clavicle. Let's rotate it a little bit. No, maybe let's reduce this to 5 degrees, right? And by selecting the right clavicle, let's rotate it a little bit, and the same for the clavicle L. And now we are going to select the arm and make it a T-pose, which is pretty standard. Right. Let's now save and exit the edit mode. And let's now go to our asset browser, and here we have our capoeira animation that we are going to retarget, and let's double click it. Alright, let's disable the bones drawing. Let's set them back to selected only to see what happens. And yes, our retargeter basically works. We may want to adjust fingers and arms a little bit. Let's adjust arms, but we are not going to adjust fingers this time, as it could be too long for this tutorial. But you can do it yourself to retarget animations even more precise. So I adjust the arms and maybe the hand a little bit, yeah, and this hand, right, and we save and we exit the edit mode, and let's disable the bones and let's take a look. Right, and it works fine. So it is basically it. We can just exit the window, and if we want to retarget animation, we just navigate to the Mixamo animations folder and we right click our capoeira animation or any other. You can have multiple animations here which you want to retarget, and we right click and we select retarget animation assets, duplicate and retarget animation assets. And as the IK Retargeter, we select our Mixamo UE5 IK Retargeter, and the queen is our target. Let's add a prefix queen underscore, and let's retarget this animation. And here we have it in our root folder. We could actually create a separate folder specifically for retargeted animations. So we see the animation has been retargeted, but yes, let's create a new folder and name it Animations UE5. And let's just move this animation here, drag and drop, move here. And that's it. We have retargeted the animation from the Mixamo, and it looks pretty good. But remember, in our retargeter you can adjust the target figure even more, and the animations will be retargeted even more precisely. And I'm going to place a link to this project under this video, so you may download it and just import your Mixamo animation suite and use the IK Retargeter to retarget them to the UE5 skeleton. And that's it for today. Have a nice day and see you next time.